All right. Good morning, Philippines. Good morning, Pampanga. Are we live now? Thank you very much po. All right. So everybody, good morning po. Good morning, everyone. Are we live now? All right. Yes, we are live now. Okay, so good morning, Philippines. Good morning, Pampanga. And of course, good morning to our participants, school heads from elementary and secondary schools. Of course, good morning din po sa ating mga superiors. Good morning to our SDS or Edgar Domingo, as well as to our ASDSS, Dr. Melissa Sanchez and Dr. Shirley Sipagan. Good morning po. Likewise to our chief, CID chief, Dr. Celia Lacanlale. Good morning po, ma'am. And of course, good morning to the other chief, the SGOD chief, Ma'am Cel Santos. Good morning, everyone. Good morning as well as to our CID EPSS. Good morning. And as well as to our district supervisor. Good morning po sa inyong lahat. And now we are on our third day. Okay po. Blessed good morning to everyone. We are on our third day of our capacity building for our school heads, both in elementary and secondary. Okay po. So are you excited now for our third day? Yes, I think so. Because today marks the third day of the online capacity training for school heads on curriculum delivery and information under the new normal. Good morning again to all, and I hope everyone who is present today is safe and sound. And as we have the last day of the online training. But of course, before we start, I would like to introduce to you the team in charge of the MOL for the third day. Of course, first, we have the EPS in ESP, EPP, PLETBL, my partner, Ma'am Maria Carmen Evangelista. And of course, yours truly, Gary I. de la Cruz, and the LRDMS members. We are to, very much pleased to assist you this morning. So good morning po sa mga MOL today. Okay po. All right. Okay, good morning. So, I cannot get your message. Sandali lang po. Para makuha natin yung mga messages, hindi po nagla-live dito sa aking isang net. All right. So, good morning. So, everyone who would like to shout out, you can leave your message doon sa ating chat box and I am going to read it for you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. DJ Gary from Buena Vista Elementary, Mexico West. Good morning po from Maria Rhines. No? Good morning, everyone. So, kung meron po kayong mga messages, just text doon sa ating chat box and I am going to read it for you. Yes, we have here, good morning po sa inyong lahat from our participants. I would like to shout out our participants from different cluster 1, cluster 2. Shout out po sa inyong lahat, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, as well as to our East Sector, West Sector, North Sector, and South Sector participants. Good morning po sa inyong lahat. As you can see, no, nandyan po. Good morning, watching from Lauli Elementary School, Guagua, as well as from San Vicente Elementary School, Apalit, Maya Payabak. May mingat po palagi from Ma'am Charito Castro. Good morning, Ma'am Charito Castro. Ayan. From Mary Grace Aguila Tabora, blessed day po from CSES Central Elementary School of Mexico West. Good morning from Ma'am Sylvia Fernandez. Good morning po, watching from Dolores Elementary School, Porac East. Of course, their PSDS, Sir Abel Mario Garcia. Sir Abel, shout out po. Good morning sa inyo sa Porac East. All right, safe morning to everyone from Bien Castro Rivera. Again, I would like to introduce to you the MOL in charge for the third day. We have, of course, Ma'am Maria Carmen Evangelista, our EPS in ESP, EPP, TLE, TBL. Yan, napakarami po. My partner in EPP, TLE, TBL. Yours truly, and of course, the LRMDS members. Nandiyan po si Ma'am Ruby, no? Being the EPS in LR. Okay, so good morning po sa mga kasamahan ko sa MOL. So good morning everyone, good morning. Blessed morning po, watching from Natividad Elementary School. Happy morning po, ingat. Tamuan po lagi. Yes, that's correct. Kailangan po, lagi tayong mag-ingat, stay safe and sound. Okay. A blessed morning po from Jose Escaler Memorial School, Apalit District. Hello po sa inyong lahat. Shout out po sa mga teachers ng Jose Escaler. From Luz Cunanan, good morning. From Pulong Santol Elementary School, Porac West. Good morning po, Ma'am Luz. Ayan po, wala pa po sa mga high school, no? Konti pa lang po inabasa ko sa mga high school. Ayan. Remedios Nunez Pineda, good AM sir from Santo Rosario High School, Apalit. Good morning, Ma'am Remedios. At shout out sa mga teachers mo dyan. Alright. So ayan, dumadami na yung ating mga participants this morning. Okay. Good morning po from De La Paz Dibutad High School. Good morning, Ma'am Sharon. Good morning din sa mga teachers ng De La Paz Dibutad High School. Okay, so good morning. Okay, I hope everybody is okay and fine, no? All right. All right, next is, of course, also good morning to San Juan High School teachers, no? Shout out po sa kanilang lahat. All right, so can we start now our opening program? All right, now, to start our program, we would like to acknowledge the presence of the Lord by offering a prayer to be led by Ma'am Maria Carmen M. Evangelista, our Education Program Supervisor in ESP, EPP, TLE, TBL, to be followed by the singing of the nationalistic song to be primed by Ma'am Norilisi Baluyot, our Education Program Specialist 2 for Alternative Learning System. Okay, do we have Ma'am Maria Carmen? Ma'am Kang, are you here with us for the opening prayer? Okay, while waiting for Ma'am Kang from Ma'am Rosario Santos of Diosdado, Macapagal High School, Mexico. Good morning po, Chairman. Good morning, Ma'am Rose. All right. Good morning po, watching from Bebe Anak Elementary School, Masantol. Good morning po sa inyong lahat. Okay, so while waiting for the opening prayer to be led by Ma'am Maria Carmen Evangelista. So pwede po kayong magpa-shout out muna habang tayo ay naghihintay. Okay, this is our third day, no? Patapos na po ang ating training. This training is initiated by the CID under the leadership of our CID Chief, Dr. Celia Lacanlale. Hello, my Madam Chief. Good morning po, Ma'am Chief. I hope you are okay and safe. Alam mo naman, napaka-importante po na trabaho ni Ma'am Chief sa CID. That's why we keep on praying for her safety as well as to the other supervisors and our superiors in the division office. Okay? So,
okay na po, Sir Gary?
Okay, so while still waiting, everyone,
hello,
for Ma'am Kang from Alvin Pabustan.
Hello.
Gandang umaga
Hello
po. Okay, thank you very much. Gandang umaga din sa inyo. Okay, so yan, paghintay natin si Ma'am Carmen. Okay, from Wesley, good morning from the SDO CID. No? Good morning, Sir Wesley. O yan, ang una nating moderator for the first day is Sir Wesley. And he was our speaker for the second day. Good morning. All right. So, yes. So, Ma'am Carmen is still in backstage. So, while waiting for Ma'am Carmen, good morning po again from Santa Ana Elementary School. Good morning, Ma'am Carmi Lara Malonzo. Good morning, Ma'am. Okay, so good morning na rin kay Ma'am Jane Valencia. Good morning, Ma'am Jane. Good morning, Ma'am Cherry. Alright, nandito, alam ko nanonood sila ngayon. Good morning, Ma'am Cherry Binduan, our EPS in Philippines. Okay, Sir June Cunanan,
Good
our
morning.
EPS in English.
Okay na po yung audio, Sir
Alright.
Gary.
As well as our
Good morning po.
Science Supervisor, Ma'am
Good morning.
Pascal, who is going to be our speaker for today. Alright. Alright, so...
Good morning po. Good morning, Sir Gary.
Okay, so while that we are waiting, everyone, no? So ano pa ba ang natutunan natin sa first day at second day ng ating training? So magkakaroon po tayo ng recapitulation for day 1 and 2 later, no? So while that we are waiting for Ma'am Kang for the opening prayer. And of course, to be followed by the singing of the nationalistic song. Okay, so here is my partner. Hello, Mama Kang. Good morning.
Good morning. Naririnig mo na po ako,
Ayan.
Sir Gary? Sir
Naririnig
Gary,
po si
naririnig
nawala
na?
uli si Mama Kang. Okay, so nagkakaroon po tayo ng technical glitches. Okay,
I'm
Mama
here,
Kang,
but-
good morning. Wala daw siyang sound. Hindi niya marinig ni Mama Kang. So, okay. So, paki-assist po si Ma'am Carmen ng mga ating DICT. Good morning, Ma'am Kang. I hope you are okay. Ayan.
Okay.
Okay, sandali lang daw po. Wala pa daw po siyang sound. So, hinihintay po natin si Ma'am Carmen, no? Okay, so while that we are waiting for Ma'am Carmen, so si Ma'am Carmen po ang in charge sa ESP, Homeroom Guidance, no? Kasama rin po yan sa kanyang mga responsibilities sa Division Office as well as the Home Economics of EPP, TLE, and TBL. Ang dami po ng specialization pa ng Home Economics, no? So napakarami ng trabaho ni Ma'am Carmen. Kaya nga I am here with I am in the division office to help her out in EPP, TLE, TBL. Okay. So, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's put ourselves in
So
the
waiting
presence of
for
God as we pray in the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we praise and glorify your name. We acknowledge your presence in our midst at this very moment. We are grateful, O most loving Father, for this wonderful day. Thank you for your protection and provision. Thank you for allowing us today to share knowledge and time to one another virtually. Thank you. We are sorry for the times we have failed you. We humbly ask for your forgiveness. May your blessings, wisdom, and guidance be upon us all through the sharing and impartation of knowledge and expertise by our resource speakers. Speak forth the Holy Spirit so that after this webinar, we may share what we have learned in the spirit of your love and generosity, especially during this time. Strengthen our wills so we may carry out our duties faithfully. We will not forget for whom we do this, the welfare of Filipino workers, which will may we be able to bring glory to you, Lord, in everything we do. Let's keep praying. In the mighty name of Jesus, our Lord and Savior. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Ang bayan ko'y tanging ikaw, Pilipinas kong mahal, ang puso ko at buhay man sa iyo ibibigay. Tungkulin ko'y gagampanan, na lagi kang paglingkuran, ang daya mo'y babantayan, Pilipinas kong ikaw.
Okay, so I'm back again, no? Your moderator. So while that we are waiting for the opening remark, pasensya na po, ano, nagkakaroon tayo ng technical glitches. But even though, I think we will be able to, to finish this up. So while waiting for them to, okay, so for them to join us for this for the opening remarks. For the opening prayer, sorry, because I was able to see our division superintendent. Okay. So again, good morning, Sir Edgar Domingo, our school division superintendent. Okay. So may nabas niya po yung prayer, pati po yung nationalistic song. I'm so sorry, no? I was not able to get that on live. Okay po, thank you very much for the opening prayer by Ma'am Carmen and Ma'am Norilyn Baluyot. Okay, for the recap, no? But before me going to have our recap, happy morning again, everyone. For today's session, I will be your moderator, Gary I. De La Cruz, Principal for the Division Coordinator in EPPPLE TBL. I would like to share with you, no, before me starting the recap, I would like to leave you a quote from a known writer that says, "True leaders don't create followers, they create leaders." Yan. Kaya po meron po tayong training na ganito. Okay? So thank you very much for the recap. Day 1. For the first day of this webinar, Bridging Learning Gaps, discussed by our CID Chief, Ma'am Celia R. Lacandale, in her talk, we were able to know these learning gaps align to the solutions we may have in responding to these gaps. All right. Next, after that, we lent our ears to our Ma'am Cherry G. Binluan, our education program supervisor for Filipino. She discussed to us the unpacking of the most essential learning competencies that are definitely vital in our students' learning. As you know, as school heads, we don't have training for the unpacking. No, this was given to our teachers. But now that we were able to hear it directly from Ma'am Cherry, now I think you can assist technically your teachers regarding unpacking of learning competencies. Ending our first day session was Sir June D. Cunanan, our education program supervisor for English. He introduced to us the curriculum innovation models that can be implemented in every school for the effective and efficient learning of the students, especially in this time of pandemic. Truly, our first day of this online training was undeniably meaningful and creative. And a massive thanks to our amazing resource speakers. And for the second day, we had such interesting topics that were discussed. First off, we have Ma'am Pei Gonzalez, Principal 3 of Bahay Pare, presenting to us the pandemic educational landscape and coping mechanism for instructional leaders. In her talk, we were able to understand the concepts of educational landscape and the mechanism for leaders in this time of crisis. So congratulations, Ma'am Pei. Continue the session was Sir Wesley Tayag, leading his way for the sharing of updates in inclusive education during the pandemic. The sharings were beyond amazing, as well as the participants cooperated very well in this discussion. Concluding the session was Ma'am Jane P. Valencia, my friend, our education program supervisor for mathematics. She led the way in discussing the pedagogical approaches in this time of pandemic. With the approaches that were presented, we believe that this will all be materialized as we continue in responding to the educational needs of the teachers and students in this crisis. Absolutely. The session was interactive and exciting at the same time. A million thanks to our resource speakers for day 2. All right. There you have it. But before we listen to our first speaker, let me state some house rule on etiquettes, no, for this platform. Please listen attentively to our speakers because, as you know, they prepared for this, no? So, in respect to our speakers, please listen attentively and do not leave in the platform. Okay? So, thank you very much. Indeed, having a curriculum that is much needed for our learners would be the soul of meaningful learning, especially in this time of pandemic. To discuss us the instructional supervision under the new normal utilizing contextualized monitoring tools, we have here in this platform one of the dynamic and esteemed supervisors we have in the division office, a great and inspiring leader to everyone. Let us all welcome our education program supervisor for science. We have Ma'am Paz I Canlas. Let us give her a virtual round of applause. Good morning, Ma'am Paz. Ayan.
Sir,
Good morning, Ma'am Paz.
good morning, Sir Gary. Can you hear me po?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
All right. Thank you very much. A blessed and a
We can-
happy morning to
We cannot hear
everyone.
you, Ma'am Paz. Naka-off ata yung inyong audio.
Alito, okay ka, ma'am. Sa akin daw.
Pwede na ba? Pwede na. Yes, we can hear you now, loud and clear.
All right. Again, good morning, happy morning, and a blessed morning to everyone. Thank you, Sir Gary. Akala ko hindi na ako makakapasok. At any rate, to our school's division superintendent, Dr. Engineer Edgard C. Domingo, to our two ASDSS, Ma'am Shirley and Ma'am Melissa, to our CID chief, the very supportive, the motherly, and the very concerned chief of the CID, Ma'am Sela Canlale, to my co-supervisors, to everybody, our schools district supervisors, to everyone. Again, good morning. Indeed, for the last 2 days, you have heard all the presentations and you were already equipped with the different knowledge, skills, and the concept. And this third day, we will put into actions because for this third day, we will be that is one of the glitches of the senior citizen. All right. So today we will be having the instructional supervision under the new normal, utilizing our contextualized monitoring tools. That is why I mentioned that what we had learned for the past 2 days, this day or this activity, you will be putting everything into action. All right. So but before I will walk with you with the activity is for today. Let me start with we are all aware that the COVID-19 pandemic uh, has impacted schools not only in the Philippines but across the nations. We have been faced with and respond to during this crisis. It also continuously impacting our people's health, social and emotional well-being, as well as learning and educational development. Not only the K-12 instructional leaders have met with this problem through experience, but also realized engaging in instructional supervision during this crisis uh, has not been easy. What does this crisis mean for us, instructional supervisors and our instructional leaders? So let me begin with successful, high-performing schools recognize and respect the teaching staff as the experts in instructional practice and student performance. Because the main goal of instructional supervision is to improve teacher and students' performance to achieve quality education. All right? So, what are the questions we are faced with and need to respond to during this now normal? One of the many questions that we had experienced for the last year and we will continue to experience this school year is how do we support teachers in transition from face-to-face to modular or virtual classes? As leaders, we met carefully and considered what is the need of our teachers as well as the learners. We also had to make parents and learners orientation on the different learning delivery modalities. Supervisors, teachers, school heads, master teachers continue in the preparation of modules, in the presentation of the materials for the TB-based instruction, and for the this school year, we had introduced a new learning delivery modality, which we call the radio-based instruction. We also have our teachers providing remediation, like Kumustahan, and continuous supervision with our learners. Next question is, how do we focus on addressing the needs of teachers while engaged in remote, modular, or online learning? Instructional leaders met with teachers to discuss needs, strengths, weaknesses, and collaboratively identified learning plans and supports to ensure successful delivery of instruction. And then, our instructional leaders also, parang lumalabas na minsan yung nakikilimos, nakikihati sa anumang resources that we can make use from our LGUs, and also for our instructional leaders or the school heads, no, they may make use or the wise use of their school's MOOE. Kaya po ang nangyari is wala nang ginawa ang school head kung hindi maghanap, no? But for this school year, we are lucky enough that the shortage of the modules for quarter 1 or week 1 and 2 of quarter 1 and weeks 1 and 2 again of quarter 2 were already printed, and some of these were already delivered to our schools. Next, we have how do we maintain communication, contact, and relationships with teachers? Our instructional leaders made monitoring on the well-being and emotional needs of teachers. In these times of pandemic, we must always consider the well-being and the emotional needs of our teachers. How was the monitoring done? Of course, through individual check-ins, that is through phone call, text messages, messenger, in whatever platform, just to reach our teachers. That is why some of our leaders, kahit po tayo naman, ay nagkaroon din tayo ng konting concerns on our loads, on our internet, sa ating pong mga gadget, no? Dagdag gastos, dagdag trabaho. But again, we are here at the division or at the Department of Education solely to serve and to make our learners get all the skills and knowledge they need. And then they create virtual connections, no? And in that virtual connections or virtual platforms, they share good things, affirm others, share information. Kasi po sa panahon na to, yan ang ating pinakamahalagang pangangailangan. Kasi po, no, not only are some or rather our learners are getting into depression, there are also teachers who are getting into this state. All right. And then we have the maintaining frequent communications. That constant communication or frequent communication, so that we may be sure that teachers are aware and had clarity on the issuances, memorandum and orders. Kasi po with the overlapping of activities po natin, minsan natataranta na si teacher, si school head, si district supervisor, si education program supervisor, that in a day, no, there are 3 or more activities we have to attend to. And these are, no, this contribute again po sa ating ginagawa. For the next question is, how do we celebrate successes as teachers work with learners in the modular or virtual world? Of course, no, kahit po naman sino, hindi naman sa nangangailangan tayo palagi ng recognition or whatever, but let us always recognize, no, what our teachers are doing. And in relation to that recognition, a simple tap on the shoulder o kaya naman posting on the messenger or on the Facebook, no, para naman po ay parang the more na the morale of our teachers, no, can be lifted up. And then we always have the Teachers Day celebration. And then we have the Teacher Outstanding Awards, and whatever recognition, the simple, the better. What's important is we give due recognition to every teacher who needs the recognition para naman po continuous at saka naman maramdaman ng teacher that she belong to the organization. All right? How do we assess the quality of teaching learning process? Of course, papasok na rin po dito the role and the main mandate of instructional leaders, and that is to maintain quality instructional practices through instructional supervision. All right? So instructional leaders and supervisors sat on collaborative team meetings and engaged in conversations with teachers to ensure consistency across learning area and grade levels. And they continuously assess and design interventions and extension tasks to cement learning based on curriculum standards. Kaya po, we had a session on the unpacking of the most essential learning competencies. We have innovation. We have the different teaching strategies in the now normal, because this is our way of life. It is now the now normal, because researchers or people from the Department of Health and the IATF considered 2 to 3 more years because before we will go back to the face-to-face modality of learning. And then, how do we plan for the next step? All right. So we have to continue to adapt to the new normal. When we say adapt, it's not the ADOPT, but it is the ADAPT because ADOPT is adoption, no? And then ADAPT is adapt, no? Adapt to the environment and adapt to the new now normal. Of course, we have to prepare, innovate, capacitate parents, teachers, learners, and other stakeholders. We also have to continue to do surveys and analyze results, beneficial and what could be changed to support students academically and socially. And of course, continue monitoring and conduct instructional supervision. These questions are the questions we are faced with and need to respond to last school year and this school year. As instructional leaders, I say to instructional leaders, this consists both the supervisors, both the education program supervisors, the district school supervisors, our school heads, no? We form part in facing all of this and responding so that we make sure that our learners will be equipped with the necessary skills, values, attitudes, and knowledge. No po? And as educational leaders, tayo po ang may hawak kung papaano mapapaayos at mapapatungo ay ma-achieve ang goal ng DepEd, which is to give quality education to our learners. Since one of the steps that we are going to continue doing is instructional supervision, and as instructional leaders, our main mandate is to supervise our school heads, our teachers, and the learners as well. All right. Therefore, what is supervision? Supervision is the guide that holds a successful school together. Together, all right? It is a process by which some person or group of people is responsible for providing a link between individual teacher needs and organizational goals that individuals within the school can work in harmony toward their vision of what the school should be. And that is according to Glickman. Sabi po niya, supervision, it is a guide. Hindi po tayo ngayon in the now normal. No? Later on, you will see the different, or I will present to you the different contextualized monitoring tools. And these tools would be our guide for doing our main task, which is supervision. Supervision is contextual. And we, as instructional leaders, served as a bridge that supports and sustains efforts, leading to achieving personal and professional objectives. This is stated by Beach and Reinhardt. Napakaganda po ng mga definition ng supervision. If we will put all of this into action, what a better DepEd Pampanga should have as mentors, supervisors, and instructional leaders. So what then is instructional supervision? Again, may I remind you, we are just having a walkthrough. This is not new. this is just a refresher kasi po sa dami nang nangyari sa atin for the last 2 years. Nakalimutan na natin. Kaya kailangan siguro, before I will give you the different contextualized monitoring tools, it is just but proper, for me, it is just but proper to walk through with all of this. Baka kasi naisantabi na natin because naging aligaga tayo sa paano ipoproduce ang mga modules, paano gagawin ang pagdidistribute, especially when there are local executive orders. Kaya nagkakawindang-windang na po tayo. Kaya siguro, kailangan lang natin ng konting refresher. Alright? So, instructional supervision is a professional, continuous, and cooperative process for the improvement of instruction. Again, the improvement of instruction lies not only within the shoulders of our teachers, but more so with the supervision of our instructional leaders. It is characterized by guidance, assistance, sharing of ideas, facilitation, or creation to help teachers improve learning situation and quality of learning in the schools. Because without your proper guidance, without your proper assistance, my dear school heads, our teachers, kahit po yan ay mga professionally developed na yan, may mga doctorate degree, may mga master's degree in the schools. As the children in our homes need the guidance of their parents, our teachers in the school need most especially the assistance, the guidance of our instructional leaders so that there would be improved quality of learning in our schools. It is also a hand holding for a professional colleague by a supervisor or instructional leader who possesses superior knowledge and skills and work collaboratively in a school environment that nurtures the development of professional learning community. Sabi po niya, a superior who possesses knowledge and skills. Superior lang po tayo because we are instructional leaders. Superior po tayo because we are equipped with more knowledge and skills as far as supervision is concerned. But no matter how good we are, if we do not know how to assist and how to guide our teachers, of course, somewhere along the way, hindi po natin ma-achieve at magkakaroon po ng gap. Kaya nga ang sabi niya is, it's a bridge. It's a bridge. And it's a hand holding a co-teacher, a co-worker, so that we may cross that bridge, so that at the end of the bridge, we are still standing firm together with our teachers and with our learners. Nurturing is one. Kaya nga, today, the most, sa panahon ngayon, lahat nasa balikat ng isang instructional leaders. Kaya nga, tell and show me a instructional leader, I can already assess what kind of school he or she is leading. Okay po? So, who are the instructional supervisors, or rather, who is doing the instructional supervision? Of course, our instructional supervisors and our school heads. What do? They are tasked to do the supervisory work, from which teachers get immediate support for their professional development. And they may be external or internal. External to the school, tayo pong mga EPSS, ating pong mga PSDSS, ano? And internal to the school are the principals, the department heads, the master teachers. What is our main goal as instructional leaders? To assist teachers in improving instruction or teaching. So, time and again, marami na pong nag-evolve, especially now in our now normal, our practices of supervising our teachers have shifted from inspectorial to democratic. Dati, inspect lang tayo ng inspect, tingin lang tayo ng tingin. Ngayon, we leave our teachers, our school heads, do their supervision in a democratic way, from bureaucratic to participatory, and from evaluative to supportive. Siguro nga, as educational leaders, natututo, nahuhon na po tayo at napapanday na po tayo ng panahon. Kaya nawawala na yung mga nag-shift na tayo from our old traditional practices to the now normal practices of doing and giving our assistance as instructional supervisors. And complementary to teacher empowerment, transformational leadership, collaboration, and collegiality. All of these practices, whether they are traditional and shifted to the now normal, it should always be complementary to make our teachers or to empower our teachers, to transform our teachers, to collaborate with our teachers in a very collegial manner, so that we can always give suggestions, we can always give observations. Sabi nga nila is clinical supervision, o kaya naman yung sandwich approach, not making our teachers feel na parang walang tama doon sa ginawa nila. Sabi ko nga one of the questions we are faced with and need to respond to is to always recognize our teachers, no matter how small the effort is. It is because from this simple recognition, we can make our teachers great in performing their duties and responsibilities. Okay po? So, what do we use, and what do we plan? Para nga po tayong isang karpintero na gumagawa ng bahay, na kailangan lagi tayong merong martilyo, meron tayong laging may lagari, at meron tayong mga kagamitan so that we can construct a very beautiful and a very comfortable house. The same with instructional supervisors. We have to have our instructional supervisory plan. This instructional supervisory plan is a detailed in-service education and leadership set of activities or actions that a principal or supervisor takes to promote growth in students' learning. Kaya po, ngayon, in the now normal, hindi na lang tayo basta maggagawa ng Google Meet at sasabihin, ngayon, magbibigay kayo ng inyong mga ipapakita nyo sa akin, and we will have the observation on how you are going to present and how are you going to monitor your learners. Ngayon po, kailangan ipaplano muna natin, sasabihin muna natin. It is because hindi naman po, kahit po sasabihin natin it is our mandate and it is one of the responsibilities of the teacher na kailangan niyang harapin. It is because kahit laging kailangan, we always have to plan with our teachers. Now, why do we have to have all of this? Why do we do instructional supervision? Why do we do instructional? Why do we have to plan? No, the justification for this is it is one of the duties and responsibilities of a school head. In RA or the Republic Act, the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001, the RA 9155, no? The school is managed by a school head, has the authority, responsibility, and accountability for achieving higher learning outcomes. This is Section 7E of the RA 9155. And again, if I still remember, some of our school heads were given the aura pin. Natatandaan pa po ninyo yung aura pin? Hindi lang po yun basta-basta sinasabit sa atin at inilalagay sa ating mga balikat. May kaakibat po yan. Authority, responsibility, and accountability. Kaya po siya tinawag na aura. No? Kung titingnan po natin yan, no? As educational leaders, as school heads, we always have to live with these three authority, responsibility, and accountability, because this evolves as a instructional leader, no, as a school head. Kailangan kaakibat po ninyo ang mga tatlong yan para naman matulungan natin ang ating mga teachers so that we can achieve higher learning outcomes. And if you already have a habit in the preparation of your school through your school-based management practices, it is one of the requirements in the school improvement process and the school performance accountability. Ano po? Kaya ngayon, kung ikaw ay nagbabalak pumasok at maging isang school head, palagi po nating iisipin, can I be an effective school leader, not only in terms of managing resources, managing and resourcing, but the first and foremost accountability, responsibility, and authority is to for our teachers to produce quality learners. How these teachers produce quality learners? Based po sa inyo mga dear school heads, because of your authority, responsibility, and accountability. All right? So, what are the objectives? Why you do instructional supervision? Of course, one is it helps the school system provide the professional stimulation and curriculum development. The CID is the height of the division office in preparing, in crafting curriculum instructional materials for our learners, to be cascaded to our school heads and then to the teachers. It serves as a guide among instructional leaders in monitoring instruction. Hindi lang po ang mga school heads, no? As I mentioned a while ago, the EPSS, the PSDSS, everyone in the school division offices, no? As regards the improvement of quality learning, it is always on the curriculum instructional division, the curriculum instructional development division ang mandato po natin, and one of these is instructional supervision. And it leads the school leaders to focus on key areas of curriculum development. So, ang buhay po ng curriculum instructional division ay ang curriculum at ang development ay buhay po niya ay nasa kamay ng ating mga instructional leaders, no, on how they will support, assist, and manage the teachers in the delivery of the instruction. All right. What now are your roles as school head or instructional leaders? Of course, the very first purpose is to define the purpose of schooling. Why are we in the school? Why are we offering education to our learners? All right? As a school leader, you have to encourage and support teachers to improve their teaching practices. Kaya po dapat, no, collegial, no, meron po kayong collaboration, no, collegial ang dating para po, no, ang teacher na nangangailangan on the improvement of the delivery of the instruction, doon po natin i-focus para naman lahat ay matugunan ang kanilang mga pangangailangan. As a school head, you have to provide resources needed for learning to occur. Na-mention ko na po yan kanina, no? Ang ginawa lang natin halos for the last school year is to provide the modules needed for our learners, no? And then how you manage, how you supervise, how you connect with the parents, how you connect with the LGUs, and how you connect with the community so that there would be the continuous delivery of instruction. You supervise and you evaluate teachers. Kaya nga po, sa pag-evaluate ng mga teachers po ninyo, make sure na yung pag-evaluate natin ay makakatulong professionally sa ating mga teachers at saka yung ma-elevate natin sila from their present situation to move up to the next ladder para naman po hindi nila masasabi na ay dinina na ako pinsanang rating, makanya naman sinali, ganito naman ganito, no? Let us always let us always make sure that our teachers after the evaluation, after the supervision, ay hindi naman madadampen yung kanyang spirit. Bagkus, ito'y makaka-boost ng kanyang moral to do more or rather to execute more and to prepare more for the next instruction. And then, coordinates with the staff for staff development programs. Kaya nga po, wala tayong tigil. Paano natin sila i-capacitate? Paano natin sila mapapaayos pa? No? Kasi in our school system, we do not settle for mediocrity. And then, creates collegial relationship with and among teachers and provides coaching and mentoring to your teachers. Napakahalaga po ngayon ang marinig sa isang teacher na ipinangangalandakan ay ang aking school head. Nararamdaman mo kung ano yung mararamdaman mo na kahit galit na siya or meron na is maganda pa rin ang pakitungo niya at papaano niya ibinahagi sa akin on how I will improve for the next observation. And of course, kaakibat po ng instructional supervision is our leadership style, our leadership skills, no? Our traits provided so that we will become effective educational leader. Of course, no? The main purpose for why we have to supervise, why we have to do instructional supervision, so that as leaders, we inspire our teachers so that they will move forward and they will be they will instill in their minds good, better and best, no? From the good, they become better until they become best. That is because of your guidance, assistance, and your support to our teachers. And of course, as the instructional leaders, alam naman po natin, no, that we have to be provided with skills. These skills are the communication skills, the competency skills, no? How optimistic are we, no? Kaya yan po ay ang ating mga skills na kaakibat as instructional leader. Yung makita ka pa lang sana ay may makukuha na ang ating teachers from us. They should also have the abilities on how to do effective planning, how to interact with people, team building and collaboration. And of course, you have the you have to have the mindset which associated with the type of leadership of crisis. Marami po sa atin, no? Lahat naman tayo dumaan at dumadaan pa rin sa crisis na dulot ng pandemya. But again, we will not sit just ay kasi ating crisis, ay kasi ating COVID, no? If we will just sit back and relax, wala parang walang mangyayari. That is always dapat we always have to move, no? We always have to act, and we always have to first and foremost do our main goal and our main responsibility. And what are these, no? Saan po lahat ito nakabase? Of course, we have standards, no? Yung DepEd Order number 24, series of 2020, this is the national adoption of Philippine Professional Standards for School Heads. Sa ating pong mga supervisors is the DepEd Order number 25, series of 2020. And for our teachers is the DepEd Order number 42, series of 2017 for professional standards for teachers. Kaya po, kung napansin po ninyo from the objective, from the questions that we are faced with and have to respond to, ano po yan, tagni-tagni or tagpi-tagpine po, at ang ating pinaka-main goal dito ay iisa lang, to improve the quality of learning of our learners. How do we do that? Of course, lahat po ng binanggit ko sa inyo, no? If we put all of this into action and then asambutane po i-COVID-19 as far as education is concerned. And then, there is always a need to develop connections between instructional supervision and professional development. We always have to bear in mind that, of course, we always have to develop connection. Hindi lang po tayo ang kapakanan ng ating mga teachers, no, in terms of instructional supervision. We always have to support them and assist them in their professional development. How do they do this? No? I-send po natin sila sa mga in-service training, sa capability training, lalo ngayon, online halos lahat ng training, no? Yung mga kapupulutan nila so that they can help themselves improve in giving quality learning to our learners. And then we have reform initiatives has provided opportunities for teachers to become empowered in making professional decisions regarding their professional development, either individually and collaboratively with peers and superiors in the school setting. Kaya nga po, minsan, no, marami tayong mga, especially when we were given the link kung merong seminar na ganito, lagi po namin pinupost sa ating mga group chats so that these are avenues for our teachers to to learn more, not only in terms of the delivery of instruction, but in their professional development. Kasi po, ito ay kailangan. We should always aim for, yung improvement. Kasi hindi naman pagkapasok pa lang ni teacher sa eskwelahan ay improved teacher na siya. That's why the more guidance, the more assistance that we instructional leaders need to give our teachers. Ano po? And as instructional leaders, kayo mismo, no? Kayo mismo, alam nyo kung paano po ninyo isusuportahan, i-assist ang inyong mga teachers because as instructional leaders, as school heads of the school, you know better than us district supervisors and education program supervisors. And we always have to make make our teachers remember that they have to continuously revisit and reflect upon their teaching practice and competencies that need the social support, professional and intellectual stimulation of colleagues and instructional leaders or superiors. That is why we have the technical assistance, no, not only to our teachers, no, ang mga PSDS po palaging nagbibigay ng technical assistance to our school heads. Our EPSS, hindi man po this school year, starting last year, no, we were given cluster assignments, no, to give technical assistance, no po. But may I just remind everyone that the instructional assistance and instructional supervision, the education program supervises the instructional. Instructional po kami. Ang district supervisor, district instructional. So ang kanila pong distrito, kami po ang buong CID at buong DepEd Pampanga. As far as assisting instructional development. Papasok na po doon yung instructional supervision. Ang mga school heads po, ang inyong mga school, ang district supervisors, ang kanilang mga district, kami po ang aming mga learning area. Nadagdagan lang po kami ng pagsusupervise na cluster, no? Hopefully, meron po kaming naitulong at maitutulong sa ating mga school heads in the secondary level. Alright? So, having said all of this, no, isinet ko lang po kayo because I will be now presenting to you the different contextualized monitoring tools. Ano po ang mga contextualized monitoring tools na to? Ito po ay makakatulong at inyong magagamit sa inyong pagbibigay ng instructional supervision sa ating mga teachers. Ano po? Ito po ay contextualized, kaya sila contextualized, ay pinag-isipan po ito at pinagbunuan na pinagsama-samang effort ng ating CID chief, ng ating mga EPSS, at ng ating mga district supervisors so that we can give you assistance, especially to our school head, so that when you supervise your teachers, when you supervise instruction, when you supervise curriculum, when you supervise the different curricular programs in our division, you are already have a plan or a tool, and the results of all of these tools will now be analyzed and evaluated by the MNE of the SGOD. And the results of all of this will now be our basis for the improvement and for the crafting of instructional materials to again help improve the quality of learning for our learners. So, ang mga contextualized tools na ito po ay maaaring gamitin during your supervision. But of course, no, kaakibat po nito ay ang inyong mga supervisory plan. Di po ba? Nagsasubmit po tayo ng monthly supervisory plan, no? Which the district supervisors, no, are using in supervising their school heads in the district. Kami naman po ay yung aside from the learning area that we are supervising, yun din pong mga school heads in the cluster na ibinigay po sa amin for the last school year and this school year. So what is the first monitoring tool? It is now the monitoring and evaluation tool for curriculum management and instructional supervision. So this is the based on the CIPP model. Pag sinabi po natin siyang CIPP, the content, the input, the process, and the product. All right. So this is the first tool. The curriculum management and instructional supervision, monitoring, and evaluation tool. As you can see, meron na po siyang date, name of school, school ID, time, district, cluster, school head. And with the tool is the objective to monitor, evaluate, curriculum management, and instruction to reinforce the delivery of teaching that will contribute to improve student learning. Siguro po may kulita na kayo keng kasasabi ko manibat nan din, improved student learning, quality student learning, because all this will redound to kita pong katamong main goal in our department is to improve the quality of student learning. Ay, sorry po. All right. So who are the end users of this tool? The EPSS, the PSDSS, and the school heads. So what is the direction? To fully facilitate the use of this tool and its purpose, kindly check the indicator that corresponds to your response following the scale. So 1, not observable, 2, moderately observable, and 3, highly observable. All right? So, sabi ko kanina, ang ating pong supervisory practice ay nag-shift na from inspectorial to democratic. So, meron po kayong democracy or freedom doon sa pag-check kung na-observe nyo ba, kung moderately observable o highly observable. All right. So, for the first, the context evaluation, it is the structure of teaching, learning, engagement. All right. This tool is for intended na ano na po yan anong tawag doon? Na-reformat na po yan kasi nga we are using different learning delivery modality for this school year and for last year. So, what is the structure of teaching, learning, engagement in the context evaluation? Number 1, the parents have expressed willingness for the option of the school's distance learning offering for their children. Paano po natin ito nalaman? Doon sa inyong parents orientation. Di ba nagkaroon po tayo ng division parents orientation on the presentation on the different learning delivery modality for our parents and for our stakeholders last year. So, teachers, parents, and learners were properly oriented on the learning policies and directions of their learning modality to ensure that everyone is properly informed and guided. At yan po, may mga MOVs na po kayo dyan na kailangan meron kayo para tumugon doon sa pag-i-evaluate ninyo doon sa context. And to the remarks, kayo na po ang bahala kung ano yung na-observe nyo, kung ano yung nakita ninyo, ano yung napag-usapan ninyo. You can just put on the remarks. And then, parents express willingness to co-supervise and co-monitor the progress of their children's learning. Ito po ay napakalaking hamon sa ating mga teachers these days because some parents, no, alam naman po natin, no, una yung economic stability ng ating mga parents, no, hindi po sila hindi man po yung kanilang educational abilities but also their economic status in life. Kaya po talagang dito po ay talagang hirap na hirap ang mga teachers, no? Hindi lang ang mga teachers, ang ating mga school head pagsusupervise ng ating mga learners. And then teachers, parents, and learners are consistently provided with the learning resources on time. Ito po yung sinasabi ko kanina, no matter how we would like that modules are to be distributed on time, there are some, minsan meron po, we are being inhibited because of the IATF, because of our local executive orders, kaya po talagang minsan ay naaantala, no? Ay hindi po ito minsan na ibibigay sa tamang oras. And then, teachers, parents, and learners are provided access for TV-based instruction. Yes, but no matter how we are willing, no, how we want our learners to use the TV-based instruction, katulad po nung na-mention ko kanina, yung unavailability of this gadget together with the frequencies at saka yung satellite ng CLTV-36 na ginamit natin, meron pong mga areas na hindi niya nakakaya. Kaya anuman po ang ating intensyon na maganda, minsan ay hindi natin na ipaparating sa tama. It is because of these hindrances na beyond our control. Alright? So parents attend consultation and feedbacking on the learner or the learner's progress. No? Dito po ay minsan, no, alam naman po natin at dapat dito naintindihan natin. That's why teachers and school heads must exhaust all their means so that they can provide consultation and feedbacking as far as our learners progress. Then, teachers communicate with parents and learners using gadgets and internet. Sa aminin man po natin at hindi, no? Meron pa rin mangilan-ngilan sa ating mga teachers na wala po silang available na gadget na para maibigay lahat sa ating mga learners. Also, no? Like for me as a senior citizen, no, medyo minsan hindi mo the more ay gustong-gusto mong matutunan, gustong-gusto mong gawin, no, but sometimes dahil minsan may complexity yung mga technicalities na mga gadgets at saka yung mga ganito, yun po ay nadadampen din po tayo at nalilesen din po natin yung ating ability na o kaya yung ating purpose na talagang maibigay yung nararapat sa ating mga learners. Alright? School consistently coordinates with LGUs, barangay officials, and other community stakeholders in the distribution and retrieval of modules. Yan. Lagi po yan. Sometimes, no, our teachers and our school heads, no, sila po ay nahaharap sa mga risks, no, in the distribution, in the retrieval of the modules, no, kasi minsan hindi man nila alam yung palang nakaharap nila ay already affected with the virus. All right? We now go to the input evaluation. So meron po tayong 11 doon sa context evaluation. Now, the input naman na how do we evaluate? the school head, together with the teachers, effectively manage the implementation of its chosen learning delivery modality based on the developed BELCP of the school. From the BELCP, it is now the BELCOP, and this is just a gentle reminder that your BELCOP must be submitted on or before the opening of classes. Opo? I know, some of you now are multitasking, listening to this presentation, doing and finalizing their BELCOP so that they can cope up with the submission which is on or before September 13. Ang dami-dami po nating ginagawa. But again, sabi ko nga, no, we should rise above all these circumstances. Number 2 is the school provides support to teachers on contextualized learning resources. Yan po. Marami na po yan. Marami na po kayong ginawang pagsusuporta na nagpiprint, lalo na nung last year, yung first quarter, week 1 and week 2 of the first quarter, talagang nagkakandara pa po tayo kung paano natin ma-provide yung napakaraming modules na dapat maibigay sa mga bata. Kasi po, marami naman po tayong preparation, but then during the we had the preparation, but in the actuality, no, doon po natin nakikita lahat ng mga ay kailangan pala ganito. That's why as instructional leaders, sabi ko nga kailangan kayo ay laging handa. Hindi lang po ang mga Boy Scout ngayon at Girl Scouts ang laging handa, dapat ang mga school heads laging handa. Yan. The school head oriented teachers on the process flow mechanism of the learning delivery modality offered in the school. Kaya nga po before, no, nagkandara pa po tayo dun sa mga learning delivery modality na meron pa po tayong kung papaano yung process, papaano maipaparating, papaano kung yung bata, no, nasa remote area, kaya naghingi po tayo ng tulong sa mga LGUs. Next, we have the school conducts regular checking of teachers' psychosocial preparedness and health status of teachers, parents, and learners relative to effective delivery of instruction. Ang ating pong minsan, wag naman po kayong magagalit. No? Minsan sinasabi na ni teacher, I was exposed to, no? Meron pa rin mga ibang school head, no, sino magbibigay ng module? Sino magdi-distribute ng module, no? Hindi ko po nilalahat. These are, anong tawag doon? Kumbaga sa karayom na nasa hey, no po, yun yung mga sitwasyon natin. May mga sitwasyon po ganun na pumapasok. Alright? Teachers check on the guardians, parents, adaptability, no? Kaya yung kanilang capability to provide guidance, support. Ang minsan, no, ang nakakalungkot, pag tinawag ni teacher si parent, ang sasabihin niya, ma'am, pasensya na kayo po kasi ala ko king mali, manintunan ko po. Makanano tamo pong makapag-may guidance at saka support ketang makanitang sitwasyon. That has to be again addressed too. Kaya on the report of the learning gaps, reta pong kakatamong learners who were not able to meet the required competency for that particular grading period, ne? Kanino tala mo pwedeng isisi o kaya but then again ala po palang room for sisihan keng DepEd Division of Pampanga, no, we support, we cooperate, and we collaborate, but then again we have to be realistic, we have to be practical. May mga ganong sitwasyon, no matter how we extend and how we assist, still meron pa rin pong ganon. Kahit po tayo personally, nararanasan po natin yon. Kaya nga sabi natin, No, the only thing we can do is to provide, assist, support. But then again, pag yun na yung ganong sitwasyon, wala na po tayong parang mahihirapan na po tayo. Alright? So the teachers check the availability of parents, para tutors in guiding the learners as an extension support to their learning progress. Papaano naman kung yung bata, no, pare-pareho silang nag-aaral, kung 3 sila, o kaya naman, na meron nga doon, yung kagaya po nung nabanggit ko kanina, kung yung teacher ay yung parent, yung kapatid, no, ay hindi rin siya ganun ka yung ability niya. How can one blind person leads another person, di po ba? Kaya if we look at this in reality, no, and anong tawag doon, makatotohanan mo, marami tayong paraan, marami tayong dapat gawin, but then sometimes we are being inhibited from all of this because, no, ito lang, nandito pa lang tayo, ito lang tayo. Meron ba namang school head na pag sinabi ng teacher, alaki pong cellphone, alaki pong makanini, o out of your own pocket, sa limang cellphone, nyek. All right? So, the number 7, the teacher prepares instructional plan for children with special needs and or learning difficulties. Yung po ating SPED program, no? Yung mga different learning abilities, meron din po tayong pinrepare na learning materials for this, no? Kaya napakaswerte ng ating mga teachers ngayon. All they have to do is execute because everything is given to them, no? Kahit po because it is our mandate as education instructional leaders, no? Kami po, kaya ginagawa namin yon para yun ang aming way of supporting and assisting our teachers as far as curriculum is concerned. And then, modules and other SLMs are in good condition and consistent with the presented episodes under the TV-based instruction. There are some cases na hindi po ito nasusunod, but then again, no, because of the instances that I've mentioned a while ago. But then again, no, as a resourceful teacher, mano naman lang po naman na doon sa inyong pag-distribute ng module, nag-ipit kayo ng konting survey questionnaire o kaya naman ay isang paraan para at least ma-monitor ni teacher kung nanood ba siya, ano yung napanood niya, ano yung nakita niya, at pwedeng in 2 or simple words, in 2 to 3 simple sentences or words na nalaman mo lang na si bata ay nakapanood doon sa mga episodes ng ating TV-based instruction. Alright? Now, how about the process? How do we evaluate the process using this tool? So, the school head sa process, again, no, kung napapansin po ninyo, magmula kanina, the school head. Kaya the role of the school head, no, is medyo mabigat, pero alam kong mapapagaan ninyo as school heads because you are already effective in all the different ways of how you will extend assistance, guidance, supervision to our teachers. All right. The school head identifies, recognizes the strengths and needs of the teacher based on the learning setup or the learning delivery modality. Right? Na-identify na po ba ni school head yung strength? O baka naman si school head ang na-identify niyang strength ng teacher natin noon. Kasi in the first few months of our learning delivery last year, no, pagbigay ng module, iiwanan na lang. So that si teacher, no, meron siyang ibang online business, meron siyang ibang ganito, o na-identify niya yung strength niya sa paggamit ng different platforms online, but how the strength on the needs for the how the delivery or the learning modality will be delivered to our learners. So again, nandyan din po, one of the MOVs there is the WHLP or the ILP, Teachers Portfolio, LDMs, Teachers Documentation, and etc. Nabanggit po dito yung WHLP or ILP. Sa secondary po kasi mga schools, kami po ang nagre-review ng kanilang class program. The preparation of the WHLP or the ILP should be after the 6 hours na itinalaga po sa atin ng civil service. Kaya yung po inyong Monday, Tuesday to Friday, 6 hours po yan of actual delivery of the learning curriculum. Yung po mga pagpe-prepare and DAS related work, ay yun po ay ginagawa natin after the 6 hours prescribed to us by the civil service. Okay? Paalala lang po yan. The school head with the supervisor holds conference about the teacher's needs based on assessment. Sa mga nangyari po sa nakaraan, dahil po pagbigay ng report galing ng central office, ng regional office ay ASAP, nawawalan na po tayo ng oras to coordinate para maayos. Basta hingi lang po kami sa inyo ng hingi ng report at kami na lang po ang mag-analyze kung papaano. That is why the data that were presented to you, lahat po yan ay galing sa field na hiningi namin ng laging ASAP. Yun po ay kami rin po ayaw namin ng ganon. Kaya lang, ganyan po talaga ang DepEd. Mahilig sa ASAP. Alright? Number 3, the school head conducts pre-conference with the teacher based on the teacher needs assessment. Dati po, if I'm not mistaken, meron tayo pong individual, yung IPPD po, tapos mag-redown siya doon sa SPPD. Sana po yun ay magagamit pa rin natin, although you are not required to submit anymore, but as a provision for our supervision, kailangan po ay lagi nating na-assess yung needs assessment ng ating mga kaguruan so that as instructional leader, we can do intervention, we can do innovation. Kasi ang trabaho po natin ay laging magkahawak kamay. It is because pag nangas kantaking Kapampangan, pag tebi lime, agad kayong mikawani. Therefore, it should always be a holding hand all throughout so that there would be quality improved learning for our learners. All right? Number 4, the school head together the school head together with the supervisor observe class and conduct non-class observations using the different or the appropriate COT or feedback form. Last year, if I'm not mistaken, a teacher must be observed ilang beses po dun sa COT, parang dun sa last quarter na lang yata tayo, or there should be 2 per quarter, pero dahil sa dami ng ginagawa natin, parang binigyan na lang tayo ng parang 2 for the COT. And then school head, number 5, together with the supervisor. Bakit kaya palaging the school head together with the supervisor? It is because supervisors, school heads, as I've mentioned, ito po ay magkatuwang para sa pagbibigay ng assistance through supervision so that there would always be improved quality learning. Alright? Kaya lagi siya. School head together with the supervisor. Verify performance through the teacher's portfolio entries such as conduct of online conference, social media interaction with learners, pictures, evidences, at saka po yung about the learner's progress. Yan. Di po ba, meron pa nga mga teachers meron pa nga mga school heads na nag-recognize ng kanilang mga teachers on the presentation of their portfolios. Kaya nasa tamang ano po sila kasi na-recognize nila yung pinagpaguran at hindi tinulugan ni teacher, magawa lang at ma-present lang yung kanilang mga portfolios on the LDM. Ano po? Kaya sabi ko nga tayo, no? Una, magrereklamo. Pero pag nandyan na, gagawin. And we do not only settle for mediocrity, we settle for the best. Kaya napakaganda ng mga na-present na mga LDM, na mga portfolio, also during their COT. Napakaganda po ng mga na-present ng mga teachers. Hindi mo man iisipin na nasa panahon po tayo ng pandemya. Alright? For number 6, but parang nawala si number 8, no? Siguro napagod na siya. The teacher presents to school head. Yan. Together with the supervisor, initiatives in facilitating learning, utilizing appropriate materials fit to the learning modality implemented. Meron po tayong mga nakikita sa Facebook na nakapost, no? Na si teacher gumawa siya ng parang isang form o kaya isang online application on how to do assessment, on how to do on how to parang i-record niya yung kanyang sasabihin, ibibigay niya sa mga bata na pwedeng online, offline, kahit wala silang internet, no? For those, no, we recognize our teachers' efforts in doing so. Kaya po, wag na po tayong nantag doon, na po masyadong madamot when we give our ratings to our teachers, no? Alam naman po natin na talagang ginawa nila. Ang question lang doon is kung sila talaga ang gumawa. Okay? But you know better than us, my dear school heads. All right? The teacher actively coordinates with the parents or guardians for consultation, feedbacking activities. Yan. Kaya nga, si teacher wala nang ginawa kung hindi mag-guidance counseling o kaya habulin yung mga learners na hindi yung mga parents ng learners na hindi nagsasubmit o nagbabalik ng module. O kaya naman, magkakaroon ng consultation na kung papaano i-distribute si module, ganun din babalik si module, no? Kaya it really takes, no, a lot of efforts, a lot of patience, no, a lot of support, not only to our learners but also to our teachers. Okay, teacher utilizes strategies used to assess learning and check if the learners meet the required learning expectations based on MELCs. Yan. The first day, we have a session on the unpacking of the MELCs. Sana po yun ay makatulong, no? How you are going to supervise your teacher, how they utilize, no, and how they use different contextualized strategies. Pag sinabi ko pong contextualized strategies, kasi nga, we are not in the traditional face-to-face modality, but we are on the modular modality. Kaya nga po dapat ay appropriate, no? Appropriate at napapanahon at talagang akmang-akma doon sa learning modality na ino-offer po natin sa ating mga mag-aaral. Alright? And then the school head in the presence of the supervisor conducts a post-conference. When you conduct a post-conference with the teacher, all right, this is just a reminder. Let us always start with the negative, all right, and then let us always with the positive, start with the positive ones, and then lastly, we mentioned and we say the negative, but never leave each other unless this negative is being turned into a positive one. All right, this is where a lot of guidance, assistance, and effort on the part of the school head. How you can make our teachers, yung negative ba nila ay ma-transform into a positive one. Then, if you can do that, my dear school heads, salute and commendation is given to you. All right? The school head commends the teacher for the strengths manifested in the actual. Ay, nauna pa pala ako dito sa process. And then the teacher is asked to recognize her strengths as well as areas that she thinks need to be improved. All right? The school head suggests and recommends based on areas for improvement. The school head informs the teacher of the overall results of the actual observations. Karen pong mismong in-observe you or mismong teacher, karin nyo po sabihan in result, not to all of the teachers in the school. Ne po. Kasi minsan, at saka nano puntang sabihin nyo, makaarap yaing teacher, dapat mo rin yung sasabihin nyo, potang makagulot kayo keng teacher. Alright? Teacher, school head, and supervisors mutually agree on the next supervisory actions for the professional growth and development of teachers. Di ba? Napakaganda po ng ating proseso. And then, the product. Kanina, meron na tayong context, meron na tayong input, the process, and now the product. Ang product, ito na yung produkto na isasubmit o i-collate ni school head para pag dumating si district supervisor o si education program supervisor, meron siyang maipapakita for documentation. So the school head submits activity report on instructional supervision provided to the teacher observed. Kaya di ba dati doon sa OPCRF validation, if I'm not mistaken, meron tinatanong nila, how many teachers did you observe for this month? Tapos magko-compute sila. Tapos bibigyan kayo ng corresponding rating. Tama? Then, the school head implements the approved work plan on instructional supervision and support intervention strategies as reflected in her or his AIP. Di ba? Ito po yung sinasabi ko kanina. Dapat meron kayong instructional supervisory plan. Iyan po ay nababanggit at nakalagay, nakaipit at nakasama palagi sa inyong annual implementation plan. Right? Next, the school head's annual training and development plan for in-service trainings and LAC sessions are aligned with the IPCRF or the teacher needs assessment and school M&E processes. Right? So, si school head pa rin, no, gagawa siya. 'Di ba meron kayong year-round activities, no? For the inset, for the LAC session, so that again, no, nakalagay na naman po yan sa inyong AIP, sa inyong SIP, sa inyong SMEA, at saka yung mga documentations na yan, para again sa inyong OPCRF validation. Then, the school head conducts research innovation on the results of the IS implementation. Meron po tayong program, what we call the best, ano yun? Yung sa region, yung sa ating research, no? Mga school heads, we encourage you to do or conduct action research, no, on the implementation of the instructional supervisory practices po natin, no. Maganda pong research yan para naman at least ay no, because it is one of our mandates and it is one of the items in our IPCRF that as a school head we have to conduct or do action research, no? Para naman at least, no, ano na bang nangyayari? Bakit year in, year out, no? The whole year, nag-o-observe ako, nagsusupervise ako, pero parang ganun pa rin, wala pa rin nangyayari. Gawan ko nga ito ng research. para naman at least. And then, as you do the research, you do the action. Tama? And then, the teacher undertakes professional development such as classroom-based research, no, self-directed learning, problem-based learning, job embedded, yun po yung mga ganun, no? Kasi as teachers, one of the mandates of the master teachers in your school is to conduct action research, di ba? They are mandated to produce an action research because they are master teachers. Kasi po, kasama yun sa kanilang kara. Kaya nga, no, they have to do classroom-based lang naman. Wag na yung, ngayon, kung gusto nyo mapa-approve sa division for the regional, birth, yan. Para po ma-publish naman at makakontribute kayo doon sa development ng ating research. Next, the school head generates data for possible capacity building project, inputs for research and innovation or policy recommendation. So, lahat po ng ginagawa natin na ito, no? They are inputs for research and innovation for policy recommendation. We do not just ask for data. We do not just ask for report. Sana po itong mga report na to, itong mga data na to ay maging basis natin for policy recommendation. Because no, kung hindi po tayo magre-recommenda, kung lahat ng policies natin na parang nada-download na lang sa atin from the central office to the schools, ano naman kaya ibalik rin natin from the schools, no, para naman at least mairekomenda natin na hindi lahat ng mga policies na nanggagaling sa DepEd Central Office ay parang minsan nasasabi natin kasi hindi nila nalalaman what is actually happening in the schools or in the field. Kaya nga, subukan po natin manggaling sa atin sa eskwelahan para naman at least we can do something. Sabi nga ni Sir Jun sa kanyang presentation on the different innovations, marami po tayong mga innovations. Marami po tayong ginagawa. No? Hindi lamang po ito na-document kasi nawawalan po tayo ng focus at nawawalan po tayo ng attention. Kaya minsan, no, it is because of the overlapping of activities. Kaya nga po, yun nga, no, napakadami po ng mga overlapping activities that sometimes, no, we cannot focus on the most important one. Kasi nga, no, DepEd is highly bureaucratic. So what is being read down to us, we should always do and we should always follow. All right? So, next. Issues and concerns are managed within the school level with the collaboration of all stakeholders involved. Ay, magagaling ang mga school heads natin pagdating dyan. Lalo na pagka brigada eskwela, pagka sa SBM nila, ay napakagaling ng ating mga school heads dyan sa gaano man po tayo kagaling, we still need support, we still need assistance, we still need supervision and monitoring on all of this. All right? Parents show support and high level of satisfaction based on the feedback gathered by the school governing council and the school monitoring and evaluation committee. Yan. Kailangan po tayo laging nakikinig, gumukuha ng data or feedback, no? Because these are our basis for improvement, our basis for recommendation, and our basis for collaboration when we ask support from the LGUs, from the community. Kailangan collaboratively sa school pa lang nalalaman na natin ito. Alright? Next, the learners are served with the appropriate and complete learning materials and resources as manifested in their inventory records. Kaya po, yung ating mga property custodian at yung ating mga coordinators, no, from time to time, nag-check po sila at naggagawa po sila ng mga inventory para at least kagaya ngayon. I know that most of our school heads this week, no, they are getting ready, no, preparing their modules, binabalot na nila, pinapak na nila kasi alam na nila kung ilan yung kanilang bibigyan for this one as early as this, so that comes September 13, everything is set. Kaya ito pong week na to is very critical on the part of our school heads, especially on the preparation of all of these materials in time for the September 13 opening of classes. The school keeps an inventory of the learner's competency profile. Kaya nga po, dapat meron tayong, yung mga teachers, gawan po natin yung ating mga learners ng mga data natin. Paano po natin ito magagawan ng inventory? Di po ba yung kanilang Form 137, Form 138, yung kanilang mga cards, mga reports nila for that particular grading period, dapat po na-inventaryo na yan para alam natin sino yung bata dito sa section na ito ang nangangailangan ng assistance, so that at the end, towards the end of the quarter or of the school year, magkakaroon po tayo ng parents consultation together with the learner and the teacher para po ay kung mapopromote o mariretain si bata. Okay? So, tapos na pala doon. So, at the end, kayo po ang nag-prepare nun, i-conform po ninyo na kung sino, and then that is already the form. And I believe these different monitoring tools will all be provided to you, my dear school heads, through a division memorandum. And then even the tool itself will be given to you and will be made available. This has been made possible. This contextualized monitoring tool is through the collaborative efforts of the EPSS in Math, Filipino, MAPE, Araling Panlipunan. Ayan po. What are our references? Ayan po yung mga DepEd orders on how we crafted that monitoring tool. Isang tool pa lang po yan. Alright? Next, you want to monitor the school-based, modular-based instruction. Ito naman po ang tool na gagamitin natin. Again, the name of the school head, name of the school, yan. Anong learning area ang minonitor ng school head? Right, what's the objective? To assess the efficiency of modular-based instruction as an alternative learning delivery modality in terms of distribution, implementation, and retrieval of SLMs. Di po ba, magdi-distribute kayo, mag-i-implement sila, magre-retrieve. Ito po ang gagamitin natin. Yung kaninang unang tool, yun po ang gagamitin natin. How you will monitor and how you supervise your teachers. Okay? So again, who will be the end users of this one? The education program supervisors, the public schools district supervisors, dapat po kasama na rin dito yung ating mga school heads. Again, assess through not evident. Ano yun? Ay, ba't nag-stop sharing ako? Ay, all right. Moderately evident and highly evident. Okay? The indicators, ito naman po, hindi na ito CIPP. This is now the pre-implementation, during implementation, and post-implementation. Iba-iba po, no? Alright? So, how to supervise, how to monitor. In the pre-implementation stage, ensures the availability of materials in the printing of SLMs. Sana po ngayon wala nang gaanong nagpiprint. It is because the modules used last year will still be used, and some modules for quarter 1 and quarter 2, week 1 and 2 will be delivered to you before the school year opens on September 13. Alright, prepare sa schedule in the printing. Hindi nyo na po ito ginawa. Alright, pero kung ginagawa nyo pa rin dahil kahit meron na, may kulang pa rin, then you can use this monitoring. Stores printed SLM and assessment tests on safe designated places, no? Yung wala po bang makakakita para at least may maipapakita lang pag tinanong, ano po? Kasi there are some in the delivery of the learning of the modules, no? Last school year, the fourth quarter, no, medyo meron po tayong concern doon. The weeks 7, 8, and 9 were delivered after the school year. Our school year ends last year, July 10. The delivery of the module was July 12. All right. Uses signages, ground markings, tape, barriers, and other means to maintain the 2-meter distance in queues around entrances and exits. Yan. Ay, magaling po yung ating mga school heads dito kung paano yung following the IATF protocols on the distribution of the modules. All right. They devise also a system of communication relative to the updates or issuances of DepEd IATF and DOH safety protocols. Dito po napakahalaga ng communication kasi every now and then meron po tayong aside from the IATF, meron po tayong mga local executive orders that we have to follow. Kaya po nagkakaroon ng hindrances sa distribution. All right? Prepares a clear action plan for the distribution and retrieval of the SLMs, LAS, HGP, and assessment test before the start of every quarter. Then implements the schedule for the distribution and retrieval. Uses various communication platforms for the announcement of schedule for the distribution and retrieval of the SLMs. Adopts a system on how parents, teachers, and students can assess the SLMs. And conducts orientation among teachers about the responsibilities in the distribution, retrieval, and safekeeping of our modules. All right? During. Yan. Kaya sa MOOE nyo, dapat lagi kayong bumibiling alcohol, dapat meron kayong thermal scanner because during the implementation, you should always disinfect the area prior to the distribution. And then, you assign school health committee during the distribution, prepare attendance and logbook in the distribution, and implement strictly all the safety and health protocols given by the IATF. Lahat naman po yan na observe ninyo at ginawa ninyo. That's why it's very easy for you to check whether it is evident, not evident, and moderately evident. Again, in the implementation, you have to implement a traffic system. You have to designate a specific place, adopt and design contextualized process, and accomplishes the weekly on-time task force on monitoring SLMs. Every now and then po, no? May mga online ano po tayo, sheet on how to report all of this. All right? In the post-implementation, implements mechanism in guiding students, parents, and guardians on the timely submission of accomplished SLMs and the rest. You sanitize again the place of retrieval. You create again a tracking system. You utilize a feedback mechanism and conduct kumustahan to learners. Yan. Post-implementation. Kaya lang po minsan, this school year, no, you are in your class program, there should be at least once a week, no, kumustahan with your learners. Please instruct our teachers, no, if not all naman na makaka-join doon, siguro naman by any other means, you can have the kumustahan, you can have the teachers there kumustahan with their learners. All right? Of course, in the post-implementation, the weekly home learning plan of the teachers, you have to monitor. You have to check and analyze reports submitted by your teachers. Discuss with your teachers the areas that needs improvement, and ensure implementation of teachers' intervention to improve areas of concern. And again, provide feedback mechanisms for the improvement of modules. So anong tawag doon? Everything is already given to you. All you have to do is provide your MOVs and observe properly and assist properly. Ito naman po, this school year for our TB-based instruction, since our episodes were already aired live last year. This school year, no, they were already recorded. Therefore, they will just be parang replay episode. Yun yata yung tamang term doon. So, for the school heads whom we ask for support and cooperation last year for the loading of their teachers who are TV presenters. This school year, they will be back to their normal schedule because there are no more live presentation for our TV-based instruction. I do not know what is the agreement for our, kasi bago naman ito, for our radio-based instruction for this school year. All right? So, the monitoring tool, again, even if episodes are not are not live or are not aired live, they are still with the CLTV 36. So we can still use this monitoring tool for that particular TV-based instruction. Again, the name of school, district, learning area, subject matter, date, monitored. Objective, to assess the implementation of TV-based instruction as an alternative learning delivery modality in terms of facilitators' efficiency, content, methodology, and functionality. All right? So, dito naman, number. If it is, ang scaling po natin is number. 1 is to a very small extent, 2 to a small extent, 3 moderate, 4 large, and 5 to a very large extent. Diba? Mag-check lang kayo. Kailangan po ninyong maglagay ng remarks kung kinakailangan. Kung hindi naman, pag walang remarks, ibig sabihin, okay na, okay lang, at okay pa rin. So, for the facilitator or the lecturer, what are the indicators? Of course, exhibits pleasing personality, manifest good voice quality. Hindi pala ako pwedeng maging TV presenter, no? Number 1 and 2, 1 lang ako doon. Then, enunciates words correctly and clearly. Observes proper behavior. Minsan saka-observe ng proper behavior kasi ninenervyos lang po pag ganun. Employs appropriate gestures and facial expressions. Displays adequate knowledge and mastery of the topic. And projects acceptable level of confidence. Show it if you have it. That is confidence. Next, for the effective communication, provides appropriate motivation. Ang gagaling po ng ating mga TV presenters, delivers key concepts clearly, communicates ideas effectively, uses appropriate choice of words in accordance with the learner's cognitive level during discussion, uses clear, understandable language, explains the lessons fluently using the medium of instruction. O di ba? Pag yung mga naging TV presenter, talagang diretso sila. If the medium of instruction is English, they speak fluently. If it is Kapampangan mas magaling silang mga Pampangan. If they use Tagalog or Filipino, magaling sila. Kaya nga, kudos to our TV presenters. And then uses phrases for encouragement. Sa content naman, dami nating minomonitor, no? Sinusupervise. Sets realistic goals for students to accomplish. Kung napansin nyo, mag-start sila sa kanilang objective, pagkatapos yung kanilang pre-test, yung kanilang presentation, no, para silang nagturo sa loob ng klase. That's why we have very good TV presenters. Achieves objectives of the lesson, provides substantial input, contains visually rich and appropriate text, pictures, images, graphics, materials, and resources. Kaya po, hindi ang ating mga teachers, no, they are now jack of all trades, master of everything. Shows relevance of topic and content to the particular grade level or target learners, provides sufficient examples and illustrations relevant to the lesson, shares information that is only relevant to the lesson taught, relates lessons with real-life situations, models effective applications of content and knowledge within and across curriculum, and integrates values and character building. Indicators, parang pareho lang ito, ng content. Alright? Pareho lang po yan. And then, assist in providing enriching learning opportunities and experience, provides for properly scheduled TV broadcasts or airtime, shows evidence of careful planning and preparation, qualifies as an effective tool or medium for learning, and provides for an alternative complementary medium of instruction accessible to all. Nakita po ito talaga that shows evidence of careful planning and preparation. Kung napansin po ninyo, no, parang pagharap nila, wala na silang nervyos, parang sanay na sila because they planned carefully, they prepared, no, before the airing and before the recording and before the shooting of the episodes. Kaya po talagang pagod at hirap yung ating mga TV presenters. As to the methodology, unlock difficult words in presenting the lesson. Stimulates learning by means of interesting and thought-provoking questions. Allow learners adequate time to process information and answer questions about the topic. Provides for teacher-learner interaction, captures learners' interest, implements developmentally sequenced teaching and learning process, encourages students to analyze lessons, demonstrates appropriate strategy or approach or technique, and then facilitates acquisition of requisite knowledge and skills, and provides learning support systems to promote engaged learning. Okay? And as to the functionality, sana naman po, no, sa hirap at pagod ng hindi lang ng TV presenter, to all of those involved in the TV-based instruction, no, there must be the functionality. At talaga naman pong naging functional ito. Maliban lang dun sa wala talagang chance na mapanood kasi wala silang TV at saka wala silang signal doon sa CLTV 36. Okay? So, as to the functionality, support substantial and adequate viewer interactivity, contributes to enhancement of learning experience, provides schedule and programming appropriate to particular grade levels, employs communication system to elicit feedbacks and queries, presents accessible learning opportunities, and widens access and participation of learners. Again, our references, so sino po yung nag-monitor, no? Our references nandyan po. Alright? Next. So, kasama pa rin po doon dahil nga nanonood sila, no? Ayan. Meron po mga questions as regard the observation. What was the message conveyed or communicated? Why or why not? Dito po maglagay na lang sila kung ano yung nakita nila at na-observe nila. Okay? Next. Dito na po tayo sa mga special curricular programs. Ang ating pong Division of Pampanga ay meron po tayong curricular programs on journalism, campus journalism, on sports, foreign language, SSC or STE, and the SSCS. We have TVL yata yun yung ating mga special curricular programs. Alright? So, ito po gagamitin sa mga school, gagamitin ng mga school heads offering the special curricular program. Kaya itong campus journalism program, gagamitin lang ni school head ito kung gusto pag nag-monitor siya at nag-supervise siya ng campus journalism. Yan. So, region, division, school paper advisor. Yan. Para naman yung ating mga school paper advisor ay meron silang mailagay sa kanilang RPMS. No? Kaya dapat ma-monitor at ma-validate, ma-evaluate din po sila. So, ang ginamit din dito is parang content, CIPP pa rin ito for the campus journalism. So, implementation of the campus journalism. Does the school publish a school paper either online or printed form? Alright? Tapos, conduct of journalism activities. Yan. And then we have the utilization of the school publication funds. Ngayon yata walang na-produce o na-publish na school newspaper because there are no collection for the said program. And then for the input evaluation, conduct of school orientations, trainings, advocacies in campus journalism. Pero may contest po sa journalism, no? In Filipino and in English. Yan po. All right. So, meron po siyang impact evaluation. Again, since it is journalism, the monitoring tool was prepared by the supervisors in English and Filipino, Sir June and Ma'am Cherry, respectively. All right? So, special program sports. This is under the supervision of our MAPE supervisor, Ma'am Ann Samson. All right? So, again, this tool will be used by the school head offering special program in sports. Yan po. And then, for the CIPP po yan, meron siyang reflection. What are the issues, problems, and challenges met by the SPS? No? Kasi po ang problema minsan, dito sa mga special curricular programs na ito, no? Again, we are mandated na to offer this one to the schools, no, which have the capabilities of offering the program. Kasi po minsan ang program napakaraming hinahanap. Kaya kailangan ng masusing pag-aaral at pagpe-prepare before we can offer it. Kasi po alam naman po natin dito sa ating Division of Pampanga, hindi po tayo nagsesettle lang sa ganito lang siya dapat. Lagi tayo nagsesettle. Dapat ganito siya. Alright? It is always the improved. Alright. Again, it was prepared by Ma'am Ann Samson, the supervisor in MAPE. The ELLN program, this is under the supervision of Ma'am Cherry, being the mother tongue-based mother. Alright? So the ELLN Again, ito ginagamit lahat ito sa elementary, no? Sana po ay, pero alam nyo ba, no matter what the program offers, no? At sa meron din po tayo nagkakaroon ng problema kasi sa aminin man po natin at hindi, no? Meron pa po tayong mga learners na hindi lamang sa K to 3 ang hindi nakakabasa o nakaka-comprehend. Minsan umaabot po yan hanggang junior high school na they can read but they cannot comprehend. Okay? So this is now the evaluation tool in monitoring the early literacy language and numeracy program. The ELLN. All right? Again, it's a CIPP, Context, Input, Process, Product. All right? Yan. Nagbibigay pa kayo ng report sa ELLN, tama po ba? All right. So, one of the inputs to be evaluated in the input one is the K to 3 teachers apply the ELLN practices and principles in everyday teaching. Dapat po kasi every teacher must be a reading teacher. Parang every teacher is a values ed teacher. Dito po sa ELLN, dapat every teacher is a reading teacher. Together with, may mga reflections question pa rin po yan. No? Karakal! Alright. So again, it's prepared and supervised by Ma'am Cherry. Ayan, the SPED program. Ito po is nasa akin lang po ito sa pangalan. Pero the one doing the job for the SPED program is our indefatigable chief, Ma'am Sela Canlale. Kaya po, ako talagang I always say, no, I can do all the works, but when it comes to the program itself, kasi po I was not trained as a SPED 1 and I do not kung siguro po kung hindi tayo naging hindi tayo nasa pandemya, I can do all the works, but again, this is under the supervision of our dear chief, Madam Sel. Even the evaluation and monitoring tool was prepared by our chief. Kaya po talaga pong pagdating sa ganyang trabaho, talagang highly respected, commendable ang ating chief. That's why the CID, the Curriculum Instructional Division, hanggang ngayon po ay hindi nawawalan ng gasolina. It is because of the hardworking chief of the CID. All right? So the evaluation tool in monitoring the SPED. Again, the SPED is only up to the elementary. Parang wala pa po tayo doon sa high school. Kaya one of our parang concerns is that itong mga nasa elementary, wala pa silang napupuntahang schools for secondary. Sana one of these days, no, makakapagputa po tayo ng isang high school na magki-cater dito sa ating mga SPED learners. Okay? So, ayan po ang ating again, it's the learners with special education needs are located through family mapping survey. Yan. Kasi po ito dapat din ang titingnan natin, siguro maging basihan natin for our schools in the secondary to offer the program para may sasalo sa ating mga nasa elementary. Alright? So, yan po ang ating the input evaluation. Yan po. The strength and weaknesses were identified. Kasi po pag sinabi nating learners with special educational needs, nandiyan na po yung with disability, yung pong hearing impaired, visually impaired, no? Lahat-lahat na po yan. Yung mga merong And then, the principal ensures all teachers are supported and given technical assistance. Pagdating po sa pagbibigay ng technical assistance at saka dun sa capability training, lahat po sila laging naipasasama sa mga seminars, be it online, be it face-to-face before, lahat po sila ay nabibigyan ng chance to attend to the capability training, no? And they are always given technical assistance. Yan. On the process evaluation, the teachers uses SLMs, last which are anchored on DepEd CG competencies. Sila rin po, meron silang available modules which can cater to their needs, no? Kaya marami po yan. Meron pa po silang the teachers, no, were very supportive and cooperative in preparing materials for our learners with special needs. Kaya po, of course, through the guidance of our chief, no? And then for the product, the teacher assesses learner skill acquisition using appropriate assessment tools based on the school's learning delivery modality. At saka, they are always, they were given kumustahan, no? Meron silang kumustahan. The parents were also given orientation. And from time to time, our chief is meeting with our SPED teachers so that we can really respond to the needs of our learners with special needs. Okay? So again, there are reflection questions. What are the issues, problems, challenges met by the SPED teacher, by the school head? Pagdating po sa issues, problems, and challenges, hindi po yan mawawala. No? It's how we face these issues, how we make innovations, how we make collaborative preparations so that we will meet, no, and we will rise above these challenges. All right? So, and then again, the monitors, then date monitored, ayan po yung mga references, and then the prepared by our chief, Madam Celia Lacanlale. All right. The last of the program is our SSCS and the STE, no? I don't know what happened with my presentation, why my program, my own program was not included in my presentation. But at any rate, this was already presented to the school heads of the schools offering the SSCS. We have 12 SSCS in the division of Pampanga and 12 in the secondary schools. The monitoring tool was already given. I was already discussed with our school heads during the virtual meeting of the school heads in the elementary offering special science education, and the schools in the secondary schools offering the special science program in the SSC, or what we call the Science Technology Engineering program. All right? So, yun po ay in whatever queries you have, no, ang ating po mga special curricular programs ay hawak din po ng ating mga education program supervisor. So if you have other concerns tungkol po doon, how you monitor, how you do the supervision, we are always here to help and to extend a helping hand to our dear school heads, because we always believe in collaboration. We always believe in giving technical assistance to our school heads. All right? So these are the different forms which you do not need anymore. All right? So, of course, you have to have your performance contract. No? When we say performance contract, this is your contract when you do supervision with your teachers. Okay. Now, before I end, all right? There is only one thing our division, our curriculum implementation division can offer to our school heads. No? When I say curriculum implementation division, these are the CID chief, the education program supervisor, the district supervisors. No? uh, we only have one goal in mind, no? And this is our main role and our main responsibilities as your educational support, my dear school heads. Uh, we can only, or rather, good supervisors can take you to incredible heights. They help you learn to fly, provide the wind beneath you, and providing a net when you fall. We are only here waiting for you, and if not waiting, we, ha, para pong inaano po namin, anong tawag doon? Parang kami po ay laging handang mag-assist, mag-support, mag-collaborate. Because in these times of the now normal, there is no need for us to look for the one who would be at fault with, or to find and make parang reasons every now and then na ganito. The reason why we are all in the DepEd Pampanga is because we want to be of better service, not only to our stakeholders, to our teachers, most especially to our learners, because our main responsibility is to help these learners improve their quality of life by providing quality learners. And last of all, as stated by Sir Gary this morning, true leaders don't create followers. They create more leaders. To our school heads, to our district supervisors, and to all of us who are in this platform, a blessed and a meaningful morning ahead of us. Again, congratulations and thank you very much for a job well done for the last school year and a job more well done for this coming school year. Thank you and God bless everyone.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Paz, for the comprehensive discussion on the different monitoring tools. Ma'am Paz, thank you very much po. We learned a lot from the different monitoring tools given and presented by yours truly. Ma'am, a question, ma'am.
Yes.
Meron daw po ba, the monitoring tools will be provided in the field daw po ba?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Will
Thank
be,
you.
it
Okay,
will
that's a
be
good news.
it will be released through a division memorandum with all the enclosures, and the enclosures are the different monitoring tools or the contextualized monitoring tools presented to our school heads.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. And for that,
Sa ganun man lang paraan ay malaking tulong na sana itong mga monitoring tools para hindi na mag-isip pa si school head kung anong ilalagay niya sa kanyang supervisory plan for the using to be used for their teachers. Okay?
yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, we
Definitely,
just wait.
this will help us in the implementation of effective learning in this time of pandemic. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Madam Paz, EPS in Science. Okay po. So let us give Madam Paz a virtual round of applause, please. Thank you very much. Now, I think it's that we are going to have a health break for 10 minutes. Okay po? So, then we will go to the last session to be delivered by Ma'am Bernadette Lerit. Okay? For the meantime po, we are given 10 minutes health break. Okay? Enjoy your healthy break, everyone.
Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover. Don't pop like trouble, breaking into your heart like that. Cool shade stunner, yeah, owe it all to my mother. Hot like summer, yeah, I'm making you sweat like that. Break it down. Ooh, when I look in the mirror, I'm not too hard to do. I got the superstar glow, so ooh, do the booty like I like the moon rock with me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you, cause cock is shit. Slice it right up to my feet. Can't let it roll. Smooth like butter. Put like no other. Don't need no pressure. To remind me you got it bad. Ain't no other that could sweep you up like a rubber. Straight up, I gotcha. Making you fall like that. Break it down. Ooh, when I look in the mirror, I'm at your heart into two. I got the superstar glow, so ooh, to the boogie line. Side step right left to my beat. I like the moon rock with me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you, cause talk is shit. A side step right left to my beat. Got it, let it roll. Let it roll. Let it roll. Ice on my wrist, I'm the nice guy. Got the right body and the right mind. Rolling up the party, got the right vibes. We like, hey. Fresh boy, pull up, lay low. On the bed, get moving with the bass low. Go on, right behind us, wanna say so. Let's go! Side step right left to my feet. I like the moon rock with me, baby. Know that I got that heat. Let me show you, cause talk is shit. Side step right left to my feet. Got it, let it roll. So like, cool shade, and you know we don't stop. How like, ain't no, you feel like, oh my god. We gon' make it rock in this area. We gon' make it dance in this area. Hotter, sweeter, cooler, butter. Get it, let it roll. It's the thought of being young, when your heart stays like a drum, beating louder with nowhere to guard it. When it all seems like it's wrong, sing along to Elton John, into that feeling we're just getting started. When the nights get colder, and the rhythms got you falling behind, just dream about that moment when you look yourself right in the eye, and you say, I wanna dance, the music's got me going, and nothing I can stop how we move. Yeah, let's make a place and live just like we're going and wrong. tonight. Cause we don't need permission to dance. There's always something that's standing in the way, but if you don't let it phase you, you know just how to put just with the right vibe, yeah. Cause there's no looking back, there ain't no one to prove we don't got this on lock, yeah. The wait is over, the time is not, so let's do it now. Yeah, we'll keep going. This is up until we see the sun. The music just make you in, nothing that can stop how we move. Yeah, let's make a plan and leave. Go in, rolling like we're dancing fools. We don't need to worry, 'cause we're going on island. The top, just walk the walk tonight. 'Cause we don't need permission to dance. No, we don't need permission to dance. Well, let me show you that we can keep the fire alive. Cause it's not over till the summer. Say one more time. Say, I wanna dance. The music's got me going. Nothing like can stop how we move. Yeah, let's break our pants and live just like we're golden and growing like we're dancing fools. Like we're dancing. We don't need to worry, 'cause when we fall, we know how to lay. The dark, just walk the walk tonight. 'Cause we don't need permission to dance. No, we don't need permission to dance. We don't need permission to dance. No, we don't need permission to dance. 'Cause we don't need permission to dance.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope everyone had their healthy health break, even though it is just 10 minutes. Okay, so maraming pong salamat sa lahat. But before me introducing our next speaker, I would like to read some messages coming from our participants for Ma'am Paz Canlas. Okay, according to Rizalyn Manalansan Rivera, thank you very much po, Madam Paz, for the fruitful discussion. Galing naman po. And congratulations po, ma'am. Mimingat ko. Excuse me, mimingat ko po palagi. Okay. From Francis Ventura, maraming salamat po, Ma'am Paz. Okay. And then from Susette D. Pagyo, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, Ma'am Paz, for your educative talks. Yan. Congratulations po, Ma'am Paz. At seemingly there were no questions from our participants. So congratulating everyone for Madam Paz. Okay, so I would like to shout out Sir Mark Reyes of Santo Niño Elementary School. Good morning, Sir Mark. I hope you are enjoying our training today. Of course, eto pa po, from Cordero Antolin, thank you, Ma'am Paz, for making our work lighter and for the comprehensive topic you shared with us. Keep safe po and God bless. From Cordero Analin. All right. So, thank you very much. And now to continue, for our last speaker for this session to discuss with us what works in the new normal, effective implementation of LDMs. Let us all welcome the PSDS of Macabebe East District, Ma'am Bernadette Lerit, and let us give her a virtual round of applause. Good morning, Ma'am Lerit.
Good morning, Sir Gary. Thank you so much for
So,
the
I
nice
am so happy
introduction.
to see you healthy and strong. Yes,
Likewise.
ma'am. By the way, Ma'am
Okay.
Lerit, no, our future ASDS. Thank you
Thank
very much,
you.
Ma'am Lerit. Okay, you may take the platform. Thank you po.
Okay. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ma'am Pascanlas was able to discuss with you comprehensively your roles and responsibilities, my dear school heads, for the effective implementation of LDM. As well as, of course, she emphasized the use of the different contextualized monitoring tools that will assist us EPSS, PSDSS, and even school heads in monitoring the effectiveness of LDM implementation. Okay, so welcome to the last segment of the online capability training for school heads on curriculum delivery and innovation. Today's topic focuses on what works in the new normal, which is tantamount to the effective implementation of LDMs. And let me start with this striking statement. We cannot find perfect solution in an imperfect situation. May I repeat, just for emphasis? We cannot find perfect solution in an imperfect situation. This is very true, but we in the education sector, just like the tagline of BDO, remember Ma'am Lulu Romero? BDO, the tagline is we find ways. And with the awareness and acceptance that we indeed live in a VUCA world, it's indeed a world of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity, and diversity. This is how we view the conditions under which we make decisions, plan forward, manage risk, foster change, and solve problems. Moving forward is the only choice that we have. As with the words of Vince Lombardi, perfection is not attainable. But if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. And that is indeed continuous improvement in making our processes. Somehow, we draw strength and inspiration to our dear Secretary of the Department, Secretary Leonor Magtoles Briones, who, despite her age, did not limit her and still manages to steer the ship to stability. Owe it to her undaunted spirit and sheer positivism that she coined the DepEd's battle cry, sulong edukalidad, para sa bata, para sa bayan, and handang isip handa bukas. This alone propel us to rally behind her and defy odds to strike the balance, so to speak. Hence, this capability building is crafted by SDO Pampanga, being led by leaders who share the same passion and dynamism in support to our agency's battle cry. Hats off to our SDS, Engineer Edgar C. Domingo, whom I will describe as low profile, uh, and then we have our two brilliant ASDSs, Dr. Shirley Sipagan and Dr. Melissa Sanchez. Likewise with our very able and competent chiefs. I do really agree with how Ma'am Pascal last described the Ma'am Celia Lacanlale. So our two chiefs in the CID, Dr. Celia Lacanlale and the SGOD chief, Dr. Lopez, and other SDO personnel who made this relevant capacity building possible. We are now about to start the second leg of distance learning modality implementation. In this segment, we'll have real talk. Again, we'll have real talk on what really happened and or occurred on the ground during the LDM implementation. From previous experiences, we'll try to cope and craft possible solutions that are doable, practical, and innovative, thereby improving our processes in the way we make things happen. In private agencies, they have a cliche. They call it the ease of doing business. Again, sa mga private agencies po, sa mga companies, they call it the ease of doing business. And in the education sector particularly, we refer to our learners. We eye on academic ease. Again, we eye on academic ease. But more so, we in the non-teaching of DepEd, we eye in ease of doing tasks. Again, we eye on ease of doing tasks. Just hoping that the top management from the central office down to the division office learn to give orders, reports one at a time, and that interfacing of offices is real and or possible so that to avoid overlapping of activities and would only cater on things that are viable in our situation. I know you love the statements because we have the same beating of the hearts and same pulses. Oh, those sentiments, may this plea be heard. And at this point, my dear school heads, I want to share with you that it's indeed my privilege in representing the PSDSS group in this webinar. I can say that somehow we're in an advantageous position in knowing what's really happening in the foreground since we work directly with you. And dear school heads, before we became PSDSS, we were school heads way back then just like you. That's why we feel you. We want to remind you that most of your issues and concerns reach the top management. Of course, through the able leadership of our PSDSS President, Ma'am Lolita Molano, and likewise our PSDSA representative to the regional and national PSDSS Association, Sir Renato B. Canilao. So, may I tell you na kami pong mga PSDSS, nandun kami. We were there where the actions were. So kami ang inyong mga kasangga. Kami ang nagsisilbing we serve as conduit in bringing up your issues and concerns to the top management. Kaya napakahalaga po talaga na we have harmonious and strengthened partnership as school heads and PSDSS. And of course, moving on, the title of the topic that was given to me is What Works in the New Normal Towards Effective Implementation of LDMs. This was given to me by Ma'am Sil. This is your topic. You prepare your slides. Just like a good soldier, I nodded. So when I look very well with the title, What Works Well in the New Normal, so therefore, I should know what really worked well before and what did not work well to make the processes improve. Okay. So moving on, I have these objectives for this topic. Excuse me, para pong hindi siya nagmo-move. May I ask an assistance po?
Hello po, ma'am. Ma'am, stop niya po kaning string tamo kay FB. We need to kailangan
Okay
tapos
po.
bawang bayo yung string. I-set up yan mo po yung bayo. Mga 5 minutes mo for less than 5 minutes.
Okay po. Balak po. Yak po may problema. Okay, can I proceed, sir?
Mga less than 5 minutes po, ma'am. Mag-update ko bukas.
Okay. Rupone. Sir.